In this video, I will show you how to rebuild rear brake calipers. When they go bad, they usually leak from the shaft or at the piston. The one shown here is from Volkswagen Passat, but it's the same basic design found on most cars with rear disc brakes. This include American, European, and Asian cars. The tools that you need will be shown in the video. I will start by removing the piston. Use a channel lock pliers to rotate the piston counterclockwise until it fall out. You can also squeeze the parking brake lever several times to eject the piston. I will use the pliers for simplicity. Brake fluid will run out when the piston leaves the bore, so have a rag to wipe it up. Remove the rubber boot. Remove the torsion spring, parking lever, and cable stay bracket. Remove the nut and then the lever. Next, remove the adjuster assembly. This is the piece that the piston screws onto. Whenever it rotates, it pushes the piston outwards to apply the parking brakes. The assembly is held in the bore by an internal retaining ring. You will need a special pliers to remove it. This is the pliers you need. This is not a sponsored product. We get no compensation for showing this to you. The adjustment assembly has a spring in it that constantly apply force onto the retaining ring. To remove it, compress the spring by pushing down on the assembly. Use a 2-jaw gear puller with the jaws removed to compress the spring. This takes very light pressure, so be careful not to damage it. Put a 14mm or 9/16 socket over the adjuster and apply force to it, then use the 90-degree long nose pliers to remove the retaining ring from the bore. This is the adjuster. This adjuster is good, so I will not take it apart. Remove this square piston ring from the groove in the bore. Remove this O-ring from the adjuster. These are the parts from the rebuild kit. Not all parts will be used. You will need a new protective boot, piston seal, and the adjustment shaft O-ring. Clean the caliper and prepare for reassembly. Before assembly, I want to point something out. There is a pin in the bottom of the bore, and a hole in the adjuster mechanism. That hole right there. The pin must fit into it when assembled. When putting the adjuster back in the bore, make sure the pin goes into the hole in the adjuster. The hole prevents the adjuster from spinning while it's in the bore. Apply some brake parts grease to the parts shown. Install a new O-ring to the adjuster shaft. Lubricate the piston. Lubricate and install the piston O-ring. Install the adjuster. The small hole must align with the pin in the bore. If not aligned, the retaining ring will not fit. Use a 14mm or 9/16 socket to push down on the adjuster while inserting the retaining ring. Use a small flat blade screwdriver to make sure the retaining ring snap into the groove. Make sure that the retaining ring is inside the groove. Use a flat blade screwdriver to check it. Now that's done, it's time to install the piston back into the bore. This can be tricky because of the protective rubber boot that must fit into the top groove. Make sure that the boot and piston are lubricated. The piston is going to turn clockwise to go back, and while the boot should stay stationary and not twist. Lubricating the boot and piston prevent twisting or damage to the boot. Insert the boot halfway down the piston. Position the boot so that only the end with the smaller diameter sits on the piston. You may have to slip the whole thing on and then slide it back down. Insert the piston with the boot back into the bore. Use a blunt-tip flat blade screwdriver or similar to gently tuck in the other end of the boot into the groove of the bore. Be careful not to damage the boot. Once everything is tucked in, use a rear brake piston tool to push the piston back in. Push down while turning clockwise. Now that's done, it's time to install the parking brake cable stay and lever. When installing the parking brake lever, it should touch up against the cable stay bracket. Right here. For a good fit, position both pieces at the same time, then bolt them down. Now it's time to install the torsion spring. Be careful when doing this. It may take several tries, but overall it's not too bad. If you watch this video this far, I just want to say thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe.